Be your best self. Be your most authentic self. In spite of all the conspiring, hateful, destructive, false things that we're fed every day, at every moment, whether it's billboards or people who think they have a right to tell us who we are, or what we should be, or how we should dress, or how our name should be pronounced.
Daddy was always in the garden, bandana across his forehead, wheelbarrow in hands, sweat irrigated his cheeks almost as fast as the maíz in the Rio Lucio sun, so close to earth. We were way up north and we smoldered like Easter stew, bubbling papas and puerco and onions, but we never planted carrots. Didn't like the color orange, didn't like the way they grew deformity, because carrots said something about humanity that I just couldn't accept. Humans will be planted and raised right if they are cared for from the start, but in time, humans cripple and warp. Daddy warped his 2 front teeth. Missing from what he says was an accident, but knocked out by the mota monsters down the road. He should have known not to mess with the mota monsters down the road.
Days like this, when the books in my backpack don't feel like I'm carrying my own crucifix across a campus full of stone casters, like the Lakota, the Wintu, and the Hopi, being able to worship inside their sacred grounds without the carving hands of America committing a C-section on their prayers, like Wounded Knee, without the 300 wounds and more of me, ghost dancing with your education. I'm devouring your opportunity like mining in the Garden of Eden. I'm reading your books like the last copy of the Bible. I am learning like John Smith, Lewis and Clark, from Pocahontas, Sacagawea. I have earned my spot to worship these classrooms and will continue to pray until my body gives in.
She has the nerve to ask me if I'm in the right class. Is it because mi español no es perfecto, or because my beautiful mother married a man whose last name came from a white man's province? Either way, I am proud of the name I was given. I am not a white girl nor a wetback. I'm not a gringa, I'm not a spick, I'm not a cracker, I'm not a beaner. The list goes on, take your pick. I could care less if you classify me as a Mexicana, Latina, Chicana, no me importa, because I grew up with pride in the young lady I had become, and if only she knew who raised me, she'd know the answer to her question. Señorita, are you sure you're supposed to be in this class? I looked her straight in the eye. Sí, señora, I am exactly where I belong.
What it's like for a brown girl to be spread thin like masa across 2 countries, 3 border towns, lost languages, imperceptible boundaries, and you, brown as dirt, simple as sand, quiet as the unfurling of the morning leaf, and you, the crimson dawn, stretching her arms across the sky, and you, brown and soft, and saying all the things your mother taught you not to say.